By now you already have watched the previous segments, so you're very clear that you are here with us at the Key Largo Ormus Group on November 13th, 2016. We've just run the Ormus Group program, which you can see at ormusgroups.com. And now we're going to show how to do an Ormus collection. We pulled together all the items that we need from around the house. We're going to use a kit that is created called the Discovery Ormus Do-It-Yourself Wet Process Collection Kit. It has what we need in it. If you don't want to use the kit, which can be gotten at faceics.com, F-A-C-E-I-C-S, you can get the book Ormus Modern Day Alchemy at ormusbook.com or Amazon. And you can also look on the internet and find directions on how to do a collection. Be sure that you find that the source is trustworthy in your mind, that they know what they're doing. One very well-known site is called Subtle Energies, S-U-B-T-L-E, energies.com. And so I've given you choices here. The object, though, is that you learn to collect for yourself. You'll never be sad that you've learned to collect the Ormus Pico minerals for yourself. So what we're going to do is read the directions that are in the kit, the Discovery Kit, line by line, and we'll do them, and you will see that you can do it easily yourself. You want to start?
Yes, ma'am. So here are the basics of the wet process of Ormus collection in brief. This is also found from the book Ormus Modern Day Alchemy. How to dilute the Great Salt Lake concentrated.
It's our source material. This has got the Ormus in it that we're going to collect. Okay?
So it says to pour the entire contents of the bottle, marked Great Salt Lake water concentrated, in a large container, approximately 1 gallon, made of non-leaded glass. And it does say to place a catch basin underneath.
I was wondering if we were missing something here.
Sorry, that was the next part of it.
We always do our work in a catch basin, just in case something breaks, and then you have a terrible mess on your house, on your floor, and on your table. This is the Great Salt Lake going into the glass container, source material, into the catch basin. The Great Salt Lake, before you get your source material, it's nice to know that it is protected from electromagnetic fields, which are not good for Ormus. It kind of agitates them. So you are always keeping the Great Salt Lake in a Mylar bag, and that's how it comes in the kit.
In that choice, is that certified?
And I have certified. When you get the kit, thank you very much. I just made an assumption. Everybody knows everything. That I have certified that the source material does have Ormus in it. So you can be sure that the work that you're doing will not be in vain.
And free of heavy metals.
And well, I've made sure that this is a very safe source material for you. As you get more into collection, people are going to throw things out at you to scare you. Like, oh, there could be heavy metals in there, like lead and mercury. And you need to be sure that your source material doesn't have a lot of heavy metals. And I say a lot because I don't care where you go, there's going to be elements of everything on the periodic table everywhere. So if somebody says that there's aluminum or even mercury or lead in something, the next question is, how much? Because you live on the earth, it's everywhere. So I've certified that this is a good source material, it is safe, and it has Ormus in it. You won't be disappointed. Thank you. What does the direction say next?
The next step is to add 2 quarts or 8 cups of distilled water.
Okay, so we need 8 cups of distilled water. Is this a 1 cup or a 2 cup?
This is a 2.
And is the 2 here? Yes, I see the line. So let's count it out.
Oh, good. 1,
2, 3,
4 5 6 7 8.
Now we have, I want you to get this concept. We have diluted our Great Salt Lake. An alchemist would say that part of any process is time. Unlike us in the West that are used to going to McDonald's and running away with a bag 1.5 minutes later, time is actually part of the process. So this has been diluted. It is ready to go. If you're going to think to the highest level as an alchemist would, you may wish to consider giving this a couple of hours for the Great Salt Lake elements to merge or marry with the water elements. Okay, because these are like two friends that just met. In my as an alchemist opinion, I'd like them to go to lunch together and get to know each other a little bit better. I think that I'm going to perhaps get a little different product. Okay? These minor nuances, because in traditional chemistry, it's not like this. Traditional chemistry just says A plus B equals C. But you see, I added an A plus B plus something nebulous that doesn't really have an alphabet letter to it. Okay? It's not necessary, but I think it could possibly make a little difference in what comes out. Thanks for listening.
The next part, it says, is to stir using a plastic cooking spoon or spatula. Do not use metal stirrers or spoons in these processes because metals can dissolve. This will contaminate the ornaments.
So we want to get this to be mixed well. And perhaps you could speak a little louder just in case that it's not coming through as clear. Is it clear? Next.
Okay, so the solution is ready for the next step, although some do let the newly mixed liquid stand a couple of hours to assimilate with each other. Next is making the reagent lye solution.
This is granular or flakes of lye, and we need to marry it to liquid. Now, we're going to read this. This needs to be done outside. I don't care even if you're in a well-ventilated, screened-in room. It needs to be completely outside. Because when I add distilled water to these flakes, it is going to give off a fume that's going to be acrid in your nose and your lungs, and you don't want to breathe it in. So, we'll do what we can here, and then we'll carry it outside.
Okay. So what it says is to read the precautions on the plastic container of the sodium hydroxide lye product. This material is dangerous if handled incorrectly. Take precautions to keep it off your clothes and your body. Irrigate with lots of water in case of spillage or splash. Make sure to wear plastic gloves when handling the sodium hydroxide lye solution and eye protection. Work in a well-ventilated area, preferably outside, and avoid fumes. It is helpful to be near a faucet or other source of water, wash water, so that should any sodium hydroxide lye get on the clothes or body from carelessness, it can be immediately washed off with lots of water. Seek medical attention if necessary. In the second glass jar container, add 1 cup of distilled water. Make sure to put the catch basin underneath.
One cup distilled water, catch basin.
The next step is to slowly add 2 level tablespoons of sodium hydroxide gently stirring constantly using the plastic stirrer. Do not add water to the lye.
You want to add lye to this, okay, this lye word, okay, misnomer. Lye is sodium hydroxide. That's the common vernacular. If you go to get some drain cleaner, okay, they'll call it lye, but it's not sodium hydroxide anymore because the government doesn't want the common person to have access to sodium hydroxide. It's used in too many illegal laboratories in people's kitchens to make the end product of drugs that shouldn't be on the street, okay? So lye is really a misnomer. You're going to keep using it, I understand that, but be aware that you can't even go to the store and buy sodium hydroxide as a drain cleaner. They won't sell it. They sell other things. So sodium hydroxide is a more crisp meaning of what we're using, okay? And so it says to...
Okay, so as you add the sodium hydroxide to the water, the solution will get quite hot, so be careful. The solution will be clear when the sodium hydroxide is totally dissolved. Wait until the sodium hydroxide solution cools down, stirring occasionally, and leave it in the catch basin while cooling, and then check the pH meter.
Now, I'm going to have to get up now because I have to add 2 level tablespoons
Yes.
of the sodium hydroxide to the liquid. And I need to do that outside in the open air. So you take a break, and I'm going to go do that, and then I'll be back.